how many of you have watched the movie recently? Last night? Good stuff. Now, you saw an aquatics cabin from the outside, correct? In the movie? Now, that cabin had a screened off porch in the front. Now, what's unique about that, there actually used to be a series of 3 of these cabins going down the waterfront in that direction. So, the one with the screened in porch, they only used the outside to film that piece. Everything else was on the inside of this cabin right here. This is the area that hosts our aquatics program during the summertime. Jack's death, Ned's death, I believe Mr. Christie's found hanging down here. Quite a few. It's been pretty gory down here. The inside of the cabin here hosts one of the most complicated deaths in the entire film. Does anyone have any guesses which one that was?
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Correct, Kevin Bacon. So, as many of you may already know, underneath the bunk was Kevin Bacon with his head through a hole. You had Tasso. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyways, skip past that part. 4 people underneath the bunk. The hose failed. That's when Tasso grabs the hose, blows in. That's why there's an instant spurt of blood as soon as the spear goes through. Now, also from a practical standpoint, if you look at these bunks, once you see the inside, you're going to notice there is not much clearance to fit a full-size spear through. So you've got Ned dead on the top bunk, Jack dead on the bottom bunk. They actually were not on the same series of bunk beds. Interestingly enough, so the way they filmed it was Ned was on the top left, and then Jack was on the bottom right. If you notice, they're not in the same frame through right before they die and after they're dead. If you go take a look inside the cabin, you're gonna have a better picture of just how much space they had to work with to pull that death off. Right across here, you have Van Dusen Lodge. That is where, in the beginning, Steve Christie is cutting the wood, and this is the trail here where Crazy Ralph would have been riding his bike out of camp. It went down that way past the other 2 cabins. Realistically, though, it ended at the 3rd cabin. That's not a way out of camp. It was a dead end, which makes an interesting piece of movie magic there as well. If you guys want to step out onto the beach, you have many photo opportunities here to take, and I'm also happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, man.
What's that?
This is where Alex.
Yes. So this big tree right here, the biggest of them all, that's actually where the family room sat behind. Yeah. This one. Yeah, right here. This actually in 1927 when the camp was open, this was the original dining hall.
Walking onto the beach of Camp Crystal Lake. Wow. Very cool. There's the docks.